Welcome to the Magma Classroom, your weekly digital painting study session. This particular classroom series focuses on the basics of digital painting, starting with the fundamentals of shape, values, lighting, and color. We've done a good few simple spheres and apples already, tried our hands at some more interesting still lifes, broken down simple landscapes, and even run a gauntlet of timed exercises to speed up the learning process. These 2-hour study sessions are aimed at beginners taking their first steps in digital painting, illustrators who want to tackle new subjects and grow their visual library, and more experienced artists wanting to warm up or wind down from their usual work. I'm your host Ryan, and together we'll be sharpening our skills with a new subject each week. The aim here is definitely not to produce perfect paintings, but to put in the time to learn and challenge ourselves. We'll be getting started shortly, so top up your mug and check the stream description below for instructions to join. While you wait, be sure to subscribe so that you can be notified about future sessions. Hello, everybody. Now, why is this not showing? I don't understand. Why is it not showing? Okay. Hello, welcome to the classroom. I hope you all can hear me this time around. I think we're starting off without too many hiccups. All I got to do is share my screen. Today, we are focusing on the wonderful, the beautiful, the amazing, the endangered orangutan. I actually started working on a painting this weekend, the first in a long while. And it happens to have an orangutan in it. And I thought, hey, wildlife was requested for us to do more studies of, so why not go with this? Because I could certainly use a bit of practice for the piece that I'm busy working on, and perhaps it's new for you, and we can all just benefit a little bit from it. So if you are tuning in on YouTube, you will notice that in the stream description, there are some details. Hello, Vens. We also got Andy here, cool. Also Radek, welcome. You'll find all this information in the stream description for how to join. You've got to join the Magma Classroom Artspace first. That'll be the first link that you see in there. And then once you've signed up, if you're new to Magma, then you can follow the link below that, which will bring you to the canvas. And then you can claim one of these down below. There's a whole lot of canvases. You can just find one that's empty. Maybe you want to rename it by double tapping on the canvas in the sequence, and then you can rename it with your name just to show that it is claimed, and anyone else looking for a canvas can move right on. Cool. So let me get some music going here. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner. This is open to everybody. Like I said in the intro, it's not about perfect painting. It's a study. So, if you make mistakes, it's chilled. Not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And I will take you through a little bit of my process, which is probably going to be a bit all over the place. Let's get my sketchy round brush. You will notice that all the brushes are now available to all accounts. So that's part of our latest update. So you can pick whatever. If you're happy with the normal round brush, go for that. I like to use the sketchy round when it comes to sketching things out. Just need to get my hand a little loosened up here. Yeah, these expressions are really cool. I love the one smoking the branch there, or this one on the bottom left looking quite amused and skeptical at the same time. Cool. So what I like to do first and foremost is once I pick which one I'm going to be working on, let's take this one over here, for example. I'm going to put this on a new layer, just so I can draw over it. If you want, there's a whole lot of reference there. You can just double click on these layers in the side panel. You should be able to take over those layers. If not, let me know. Might not have changed the appropriate setting. Anyway, so the first thing I like to do is look for shapes. Yeah, like here, for example, we've got this teardrop shape that gets the larger portion of the head, and we have another more oval shape rather than this triangle droplet shape, where the sort of front of the mouth and the snout sits, and then it kind of goes back into these quite recessed brows, this sort of eye socket here. So we've got that very distinct sort of half moon. In some orangutans, you might even notice, like here, throw my pen around. Here we have this very nice, strong, like McDonald's M almost of a shape here. Very, very clear shape because of that lighting as well. Just hitting the top of the head and everything below sort of in shadow. So look for those kinds of distinctive shapes as you go along. And with something like that, for example, with this section here, if we shift into grayscale mode and we just focus on values and we squint our eyes, we can see that shape a whole lot better, what it makes. Sort of like a square, but with this sort of M top to it. All right, so, whoops. I find shifting to grayscale quite helpful to look for values and shapes. So if you're new, definitely try that out. And maybe even stick to painting in grayscale if you want to. There's no need to work in color if you find it intimidating, and if you're still learning. Sometimes it's easier to just eliminate that completely. Just focus on grays. Okay, so I'm gonna not sketching out here. I'm gonna focus on this fella over here. My brush is small enough. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it quite rough and loose. Hide some of these things. If you're on Twitch tuning in, let me know. I'll have to put the links directly in the chat. But if you're on YouTube, all the details are there in the stream description. Hide all this unnecessary stuff. Just trying to neaten up my space a bit. And I want to bring this, because I'm working on a smaller screen. There we go. Cool. Like I said, we had this teardrop shape, and you know, once you start looking at these shapes, you can also really exaggerate them. So you can bring out this bottom section even more. We had this other oval over here. Ooh, what is that weird line? Interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to find that problem. Okay, maybe it was just a weird little behavioral thing. A little glitch, a little bump in the transmission from my iPad to the laptop. And then here as well, it kind of repeats that shape a little bit, where we have like another triangle droplet type of thing here. So I'm just looking for those shapes. And then it comes in, maybe then it's like a spearhead almost over here. Coming down into the snout. So I'm really not trying to make an exact copy of the reference here. I want to be a little bit more playful this time around. So it has a little up here, and the mouth almost fits perfectly right here, where these lines come down. Could make sense. Let's go even further with that. Let's do it. And a glorious beard. Got a comment here. Dribblization, hello, welcome over there on YouTube. Hope to see you on the canvas. Or is that you that I'm seeing now? Ah, there you are. Welcome, welcome. And some other key things I'm noticing here is like this really strong light shape over there. And then the head is like, the top of the head is this bump as well. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Oh, Andy accidentally hitting the call button, I'm assuming. I forgot to disable that this time around. So if you get some accidental bumps, that's on me, that's on me. I should have anticipated it. Okay, so that's sort of, oh, and this is, I love this bit of hair that comes in here. We can stylize that a little bit. Let's light along that edge. Light there. And here. Nice strong lips. Here. Dark section there. Okay. So that'll do. That'll do, I think, for this. And I can start putting in a bit of value. I'll stick with grayscale actually for this. So I'm going to go quite dark to start. I'll turn off my pressure sensitivity on my size slider here. Oh, okay, let's do this on a separate layer because I'm going to lose my sketch otherwise. And I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Just fold this in. Grayscale's better. Yeah. A lot of people like to get a good chunk of their painting done just in grayscale before they start adding colors in. Make sure that those values are looking good. Let's see, we can go a little bit darker in here. I do have my pressure set to density. Good. Let's go a bit darker even. A little bit of darkness in there. I can make it smaller. A little bit of a dark patch there. Definitely some dark in here, which is going to bring up, strengthen out that edge of the beard. So I'll definitely want to have this there. It's a little darker here too. I'm just trying to keep the values very simple to start. But overall, this side's going to be a bit darker. Here it's also quite dark. A little bit of darkness there. And let's see, we've got a bit of light as well. Let's get some light in. It looks like it's coming from this direction. Okay, sort of hitting the top. Although, I mean, it's kind of area, it's more above, right? It's more above. That makes more sense because it's getting that bump in there. There, it's getting the top of the fur over there. This part facing upward, this part facing upward. We've got a bit of light on this beard. Got a bit of it here. But I need to go a little bit lighter. As in lighter with my pen stroke. Here it's very light. Oops, I keep doing that. Here it's a bit lighter as well, facing slightly upward. Got a bit right there. Okay. And then it definitely gets a little darker going into this section here. So let's go very lightly. There. Just a dab, just a dab. And then we have some really finer. What's up here? It's a little brighter on that edge, brighter there. La 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 la. Oh, I'm relieved to be painting at last today. Let's go slightly darker. Oh, that's too dark. Whereas you can't really see my cursor until I bring the pen down because of the iPad that I'm using. It doesn't have that cheeky pencil hover feature. Not yet. And then it's even darker in here. Let's see, let's get this in. So a lot of this is really just squinting my eyes. For those of you who are new, squinting your eyes is probably the best practice, so long as it doesn't hurt your eyes to do. Be nice to your eyes, but generally trying to sort of almost look past what you're drawing or at your reference, looking past your reference, so that the details blur together and the shapes sort of merge a bit. This will really help you to see different shapes. But don't think of it like forcing a squint or something. Try to approach it as more of a relaxing your gaze on the subject. Oh, nice. Your brushes are already good to go. Do you ever use the presets under your color wheel to store your brush information, settings and such? Because I do have that. Quite useful. It's not perfect. Ah, good, cool. Glad to hear it. Could do with a couple of improvements, but it's very handy to have. I like using it for sort of warm-up exercises when I've got a very limited color palette. I choose 3 values, and I'll just use the lasso full. And I'll just switch 1, 2, and 3. Put in a mid-tone to start. I usually set to number 2, and then yeah, bands that is being spoken about. It's definitely something we'll look at. But we do things in sort of phases. So once we get one feature to a particular point, and enables development to the next level of it. I think having this sort of stage of the presets will be it's kind of like a forerunner to some other things. How are you guys liking the dark mode? If you do prefer better, yeah, But you tend to work quite late as well, don't you, Andy? So I'm sure having that dark mode is much easier on the eyes. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, settings are always changing. I very quickly lose the ones I've saved. I always end up like accidentally going over them. Because I had programmed, yeah, I'd set my different brush settings, and then I created on my Wacom tablet an on-screen menu that had the 6 presets programmed in there, so that I could switch between them like that instead of tapping on the screen. I'd rather just use the express keys. And I found that really convenient. Because I don't normally use the on-screen menus that you can program in Wacom, in the Wacom Center, tablet center thing. But for this, I found it nice. Where is this dark? I think it's darker here. I suppose now I can also merge my sketch layer down. Excuse me, because it's starting to get in the way, and I like leaving my sketch lines there. I don't mind them so much. Maybe what I'll do is drop the opacity a bit, and then I'll merge down the layer. So there's still like a hint of them. Kind of know that they're there. They can still guide me a little bit, but they don't get in the way. Yeah, you like to keep the sketch lines. It's good. It's the same with, I think, yeah, I'd say where I really started appreciating it was through Ahmed Al-Duri's work. Because, yeah, you can just see a history of working on that piece with all those loose lines that he brings to his work. Whereas DPO, I'm sure, prefers to have a super neat, crisp kind of line, less of the loose kind of stuff. Just in case there's anyone tuning in a little late over on YouTube, if you guys want to come along and paint, check the screen description. The screen description. Check the stream description down below. And you will find all the details there for joining. It's going to be a little dark over here too. Now, a small group today, I think, or have I just missed some of the people who came in? Here was something about the dark mode is what I and all the rest of my apps on my PC are set to. Cool. So glad to have it here. Nice. For those who do prefer light mode, fear not. You will have the option. Because with the dark mode, you might have noticed some, besides it just being dark, there's some slight changes in the UI. They're more subtle changes. But with the light mode, it will need updating to match that. So you will have the option to choose. We have had some people like, no, where is light mode? For the longest time, I didn't even realize that Procreate has a light mode. And then just while fiddling about in the settings one day, I think it was Procreate. I think it was. Yeah, then yeah, it does hurt the eyes. You're having a hard time there with your keyboard. Do you also hate using like an on-screen keyboard, like these pop-up display keyboards? I find like typing on the iPad, oh, it drives me bonkers. Today, just trying to reply to some Slack messages while waiting in a long queue. I was like, oh, this is the worst. Give me a real keyboard, please. I think it's just because I just feel so slow. And I'm one of those people where it made, rather than stopping at the traffic lights, I will if I see it ahead changing, I know I'm going to be waiting long. I'd rather just take a more scenic route around, just so I don't have to stop, so that I keep moving. Just the being idle there. I can't deal with it. So now, like, even with typing, when it's really slow, I get just a bit antsy, I suppose. But give me a video game, then I'll sit still. just selective focus, eh? Okay, so I need a smaller brush. I want this to be a little stronger. So this is the shape here. How am I? I'm missing this a little bit. Let's do it this way. Brighten that up. Yay, TBT. Yep. In long anticipation for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I think, coming next year. It's not really why I'm doing it, although I did only learn about that coming out this weekend. Started a painting that's got an orangutan in it. And I do love these guys. They're cool. Yeah, I wonder if I've caught all the movies. Ooh, Rebel Moon looks intriguing. Well, as far as, yeah. It's Snyder working on that one, right? I watched the trailer for it earlier and I was like, oh, that looks like fun. Could be cool, like the an action distraction. It's amazing on OLED. Okay. So 2 things I'm going to need when I get my permanent workspace. Big, high-quality screen for PC and a standing desk. And a proper ergonomic chair. Feel like a posture king. Okay, so I actually want a bit of texture in here, so I'm going to go something slightly darker. I hear that on the standing desk. Yeah, I'm sitting way too much. And I'm going to change my brush settings to full mode so I can play with the, let's see, maybe the spacing here happens if I make it bigger. Wouldn't you go a little bit darker? Turn off the density to pressure. Okay. The spread. No, that's a bit too much. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is not quite working. Let's bump up the spacing some more. There we go. Okay, let's just do a bit of this. Soften it out just now. Just stamp a little bit here. So you can, like, when it comes to adding texture, sometimes just go a little stronger and then you push it back with a sort of lower density or lower opacity brush, and then it just softens out that texture a little without you losing it. But I need some sharp edges. Am I spending too long on this? I probably am. Let's go back to the default settings. These irons look lighter. They are slightly lighter here, but let's, better yet, go darker around it. That'll accentuate the different value of it. Come out, but way too zoomed in. Just a little bit of light reflection in there. And a bit something here. We can even go darker, I think. Just bring this forward. Which was a bigger brush, please, Ryan. Let's come with this tiny brush nonsense. Get a bit bigger. Just suggest a bit of that. Here, I think it's too big of a light shape here, so I'm going to come down a bit. And then we can come in with some finer line at edge. sure we got some decent light reflecting up there. Speckles, just for a bit of texture. A bit of texture. Put up here too. What I also need to do is make this noise a bit better because I haven't done such a good job of it. Which is okay because there's always going to be things to fix. Try not to let it get to me too much. Cool, I think I can move on from here now. Just because I don't want to spend the entire 2 hours on this particular piece. Thank you. No, there's always things to fix. I'm happy with how it's going, but it just, as you go along, as you start making marks, you start noticing, oh, well, now that I've put that down, this piece that I did earlier doesn't really make sense. Yes, it's sort of relativity as you build up an artwork. So I always say just start putting, if you don't know like how to approach the thing that you want to draw, like the subject that you're studying, like just start putting lines down, and then you've got something to work from. Like, okay, well that actually doesn't look right. Now I can start fixing it. Because if you're trying to make the perfect marks from the beginning, you're just gonna disappoint yourself. So, yeah, I don't know what that feels like. What we got over here? Anonymous user, welcome, welcome. I see we've got a couple of other people joining over on YouTube. If you guys want to come along and paint, you are most welcome. We've got a lot of space. Actually, we don't have a lot of space. Let's make some more. Let's make some more canvases here. So if you guys want to come along and draw, check the stream description, join the Magma Classroom Artspace, then follow the link to the canvas. And you can spend the next just shy of an hour and a half doing a little orangutan study with us. Okay, so I want to erase this little section here. But like everybody else, suffer with those phases of immense indecision and self-doubt in the early stages of a painting. Once you get over that, it's fine for a little while, and then you deal with them again later on in the painting. It all comes back. And on it goes. And then gardening, death. Okay, now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this other one. But I want to go with some color here. Let's get a nice dark green in the background, darkish green. I'll keep it the same brush. I'm not interested in fancy brushes right now. Just simple things. Let's just put that in. And we've got quite a round head. What's going on in terms of colors here? Let's have a look. I'm going to use my eyedropper and just move around and see. It's sort of like blue-gray in the sort of lighter areas, but coming down here, yeah, we've got those yellow-brown, really dark yellow-brown type things. Bit of that light through the eyebrow. That's the way. Basic brush. There again in the lights. Okay, and in the shadows. Beautiful, vibrating orange. It's so rich. Then a kind of purpley color. Yeah. Okay. Just using my eyedropper to get a feel for the colors. What are we going to start with? Let's start with a bit of that brown. And we have quite a round head. I'll add in the other bits later. Let's just get this shape in. The other bits, I don't even know what other bits I'm referring to. I'm just going to start putting a shape down. That's it. Squint out a bit here. Okay, then we're going to shift to those blue grays. And we'll use that to define this McDonald's M of a brow. And a little bit over here too. And then it goes into some beautiful oranges. What a glorious beard. So I'm doing a bit of that. Here, okay. See what's going on here. Let's get these shapes and then we'll add color and value. Soggy muffins. Loving new brushes? Good, I'm glad. Available to everybody now. I know folks who were asking for that for a long time. To that we say Merry Christmas. We'll go a bit darker over here, I think. Let's grab this color. No more default default brush gang riff. What's up, Nexus? Didn't see you come in. We were chatting in our meeting earlier about the art spot, former Magma Hood, and how you guys are setting up your art space. That's looking very cool. I think you're putting way more effort even than we're putting into our own Magma art space, with all the banner images and in the descriptions, using that markdown. It's very cool. This way. And then we've got like a purple here. Oh, this is starting to look like it might become a relative of Gimli's at this point. Let's get this a bit lighter. Get a little lighter on the head. Get way more orange in here. And then we can change this. When will Artspace Discovery become available? I think we're a little way off from that. I know it was something we thought we'd bring out a little sooner, but there's some other things we want to have in place to make that a better experience overall. So it is something we still plan to do, that discovery, as far as I know. Yeah, that is something that's easier with Hello Paint. You can just, as you arrive at the site, you can kind of see some stuff on the go right away that you can just jump into. Whereas with Magma, yeah, you do have to join the art space first, but it also then offers a certain kind of security measure by people having to first join the space, and then gives the person who created it a bit of management power. Nice to kids drawing. Yeah, when I last tried to paint on there, like the site just wasn't loading for me, but it might have just been a bad day. Or actually, the probability is higher that my internet was just rubbish. Rubbish, I say. Where I was at the time. Certainly don't have a shortage of those days. Yeah, the things have been slowing down, I've noticed. We have the team knows about it. It's being looked at. There's also a weird thing with people getting a notification saying that they've got more tabs open than they actually do of Magma, because it's one of the limitations with the free and Blaze accounts. You can only have a certain number of instances of Magma open at one time. For some reason, people are getting a funny message. That's a weird one. I don't even know what might cause that. I'm not clued up on that front. I just print things. So we're approaching the first hour of the session being done. But we still got plenty of time. I've got plenty of time to make this look like it might become an orangutan. Not going so well. Have my change of approach here. Let's start back here. Shapes, right? Shapes. What shapes have we got, boy? What shapes have we got? Time flies when you join late. What's up, Bernie Phoenix? Good to have you here. Is it just that the times are a little different for you than normal? Or have you just been busy with things? Because I know I'm still having to remember the daylight savings change. First happened in Europe, but then over in the US. While everything stayed the same on my end. What time is the stream start? I don't remember. Aha, I see. That's it. I almost thought there was like a tooth sticking out here. Like a, yeah, that's always a bit light. Let's go a bit darker. There was one like sticking through over there. Another like wide one far away. But that's not what I was seeing actually. Not this, but darker. A little less saturated. Get that in there. Actually, a bit more saturated. Sort of, I don't know if it's a light patch of flesh or if it's a bit of that sort of ambient occlusion type of thing, the light passing through it. Not altogether sure. I think it might be a light patch on that brow. Cool, on trivialization. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to have you here. Hope we'll see you again. One of the next ones. I'll go check out your piece a little later. What I need here, a little darker. Hey, Basil Meg Vinegar. Welcome. Let's go a bit darker again. There, so there's a bit of a transition. It still kind of looks like there's a helmet being worn here. Shift towards that brown maybe in there. Well, apparently more green, but zoom out a little bit. Because I think part of my problem is that I'm a little too zoomed in. We've got a bit of this on the side as well, but it actually gets super hot, bright color where the light hits it. Into this, almost into like a white light next to it. Let's desaturate it some more. Here to get a bit of blue going. It's probably blue because I feel like there is a bit of that I haven't captured on the head. Alrighty. Oh, Vance looks to be having some fun there. I'm just seeing the thumbnail down below. I'm glad I chose to do more of these wildlife studies and see what gets made. Bit of imagination coming through. But that's what I want from these sessions. You know, it's kind of like, if it's people who want to do more hyper-realistic type of painting, then get really into capturing the reference as it is and get into those little textures. But for those who are more into fantasy characters, applying that reference to some fun ideas, then you can go about it that way. If you want to do more stylized comic kind of stuff, then that's good too. I do still want this to be open, and you use I just set the subject, and you can sort of apply it in a way that best fits the kind of work that you do or want to be doing. Though if you are a beginner, I do suggest trying to go for the more realistic approach initially. And then going wild. But that's just me. If you've got a fun idea, as Jonathan was saying the other day, better to have the cool idea and get information down that captures it without needing to be. You don't need to be hyper-realistic to get across a fun idea. That's the ideas that people connect with. It's actually why sometimes I find hyper-realistic work quite boring. As much as I'm trying to be quite realistic in some of my stuff, it's more for the learning aspect. But when I go look at work, it's too realistic. I'm like, I want to see your weird. I want to see your weird. Actually, that's the full sentence. Show me your weird and the way that you see things. But that's not to piss on the people who do paint realistically, because it is a skill. It is a skill. Shift one more. Quite a strong shape this way. Oh, I haven't actually changed this track in a while. I don't know if Mountain Pirate's listening, but I see you shared the session over on Discord and in our channel there. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. It's always a wild build up to the stream. I always have such a chaotic time. There's always something that gets forgotten. And it has been one of those days. Actually, okay, I think we need to soften this edge a little bit. Let's drop down the opacity and density of my brush and just curve that brow out and the cheeks here. Because if that shape is too sharp, then it's going to have that problem that where it looks like a helmet. So I just need to soften it a bit. Make sure you're drinking some water as well, guys. Don't go dehydrating in our sessions. Let's lighten up that shoulder. Desaturate, come up a little bit. We got a little It'll look much bluer if I get some more orange next to it. Yeah, it's good. Cool. I'm glad to hear that, Andy. Yeah, it's looking good. You've chosen that nice mean-looking front-facing orangutan. I love it when those folds on the side get like they sort of come forward a bit. They're very pronounced. Oh, really? You've never drawn an orangutan before? Cool. Well, I'm glad you're getting to do it here. Yeah, I've done a couple as well. Not super good at them yet. So lots of texture and expression to catch for sure. It's difficult to see what's going on with this sort of bit. This what do you call this? This thing, this part of the nose comes down into the skull. No idea. Still lots of scribble marks. I don't know if it'll make sense. Just hide the fact that you don't know what it's meant to be. It's the classic don't know how to draw hands, so I put them in the pocket trick. Oh, I've no wonder it's looking weird for me. I've grossly miscalculated how far this comes out. Let's bring this. It's almost in line with this over here. And this part will come. Hey, give me the thing I need to come here. There we go. That's starting to get a bit better. Yeah, don't switch around to other canvases right now while we've got that slow loading issue. I think because in the, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, whether let's dial back 12 hours. So if it's nighttime where you are now, this time in the morning, whether things run much faster and smoother, or roughly this time. It's where are we now? Where's my cursor? Yeah, actually, pretty much exactly this time. Exactly this time, 12 hours back, we had a server refresh. And I think just getting a little later on in the day, it gets a little bogged down. And so loading time's slow as well. But Radek would know more about that than me and what might be causing that. And yeah, so such is developing software. You make some changes to one thing and suddenly something else is behaving a little different. Ew, waiting for server response. There we go. That was brief, at least. Stretch. Albert! Welcome, welcome. Let's get, this should sort of fade down. Yeah. Then we have little bits of it on the side. And then it gets this hot brown again here. There we go. I agree. Everyone should just post on Discord and share your art. I see Andy's been sharing there too. Raptor. Yeah, it's great to see. Yeah, I don't post I don't post much of my own stuff in there. Every now and then I'll put something in. I suppose just because I'm not painting as much or as well as I'd like. The moment, just at the moment. I try to avoid sharing stuff until until I feel like I'm a little further along the way. Because I don't know, my theory is that it takes a little bit of steam out of it takes away a little bit of momentum for me if I share too soon. And it's something I've noticed since not really posting much on social media for a while, that it's really beneficial to just hold off on posting. Let artwork just slowly percolate and evolve without needing to go out on social media. Capture the work in progress and all that kind of stuff. I must save posting about it still until much later. But I'm just finding that works for me. You got 1 year's worth of... You move pretty fast as well. You and Cybernauts. Jeez Louise. Cyber's been... he's posting so much. He's able to just knock out so many pieces. Doing those really quick studies. Yeah, you too, man. It's like, you also, when you've been posting like a whole range of sketches that are done. Trying to get a bit more into it and get it better done, yeah. Okay, this is actually slowly getting there. Ah, I see. On Discord, but bad on socials. But it's better, I think, on at least with Discord. There's people that you don't know, but you're slightly better connected than on social media. Maybe it just depends on how people use it, but there's a different kind of engagement. It make sometimes it's more worthwhile to share with your community on Discord. Your studio buddies. Get a bit. Yeah. And this actually needs to come in a little bit, just a little bit, just a touch over there. So if you're tuning in a little later over on YouTube, and sorry that people here get tired of saying it, but just if you are tuning in late, you guys can come along and draw with us. We still got 40 minutes of the study doing them orangutans. Yeah, that's cool. It's, here's what I did. Yeah. And maybe as well with the peeps on Discord, even if something's not very good, whatever that really means, still even like sketches that are really quick or really rough, that can be quite interesting to see, which is perhaps going to be more appreciated by, like that element being more appreciated by other fellow pixel pushers, doodlers, artists, whereas randoms on Instagram maybe less so. So I really like when an artist puts their sketchbook down at an exhibition with all their rough pencil workings and things that are maybe even still quite abstract. Think of little like silhouette thumbnails and stuff like that. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with this fella. Let's make sure I did that all on one layer. Yeah, good stuff. That makes this part much easier. Interesting. Yeah, does anyone post on DeviantArt these days? I don't. I haven't posted on DeviantArt though for like a decade, and then I eventually deactivated my account. For those doing concept art and illustration for that suits more, yeah, this sort of entertainment art, there's Kara.app. Yeah, I posted there when I started as well on DeviantArt. I think people still use ArtStation. It gets a little flooded with the wrong kind of stuff these days. That's why I think Kara is maybe an app option to look at. CARA. Okay, let's do this next filter. Let's be quick about it, Ron. Let's be quick about it. There's Artful as well for an app. I found the level there was maybe not the kind of stuff that I was interested in. The level felt a little bit more beginner, but maybe I just didn't find the more experienced. Okay, so look at something. For sure. I still think YouTube is a great place to put stuff up if you don't mind doing some voiceovers and capturing time lapses. Let's look at this 18. Ooh, canvas refresh. There we go. Okay, so now if I squint my beady little eyes, so the skin's also got quite a teardroppy kind of head. Let's move it over to here though, so I can fit it in. There's this weird thing here. Bolsters in, does that. This comes down here too. Thank you. Oh, mango juice, please. Yeah. No, I am not a speaker. This is maybe. What is this? Is this Italian? Is this Portuguese? Translate. Is it Spanish? Who knows? It's Spanish. Very well crafted. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's very well crafted. Thank you. Yeah. From water to mango juice. It's such a ridiculously nice juice. It's so, when you get a mango juice that is super thick, oh, it's the best. Anyway, little things that I share. Okay, does a funny thing like this. A thing like this. Why? That's a little weird. There we go. Are you also drinking mango juice? I had one of the best mangoes I've ever eaten in India with the Airbnb host I stayed with there. Very entertaining and intense woman. But she took fantastic care of us while we were traveling there. And she got this mango. It was just, I don't know how to describe it. It was just, the texture was perfect. Flavor was just, Yeah, anyway. I like mangoes. That is my story. Thick juice. Yeah, it can get a bit acidic, I think. I remember as a kid being when I was a younger kid, a little younger kid than I am now, going to the dentist and him asking me about, like, what do I drink? Am I drinking soft drinks or anything like that? So, no, I'm very healthy. I I drink fruit juice. Just shakes his head like fruit juice is also really bad for you. There's so much sugar in it. And I remember being so disappointed. Oh, I mean, it's meant to be healthy, right? Fruit juice. I'm like, I love the healthy thing. Meanwhile, ooh, mango yogurt ice pops in the freezer. Don't forget about those. also had a really great mango lassi in India, obviously. We went on a food tour around. It was in Delhi, and I forget the area close to the Red Fort. It's like the market. We went on a food tour. So it was amazing. It had a bunch of parathas with different fillings and sauces. After which, mango lassi was the perfect way to end things off because the mouth was a bit on fire. It was really good. It had quite a reputation. We also had jalebi. It's super sweet. It was delicious. It was the first thing we had. It was early morning food tour, starting with much sweet goodness. Cool. That's one rendered. How's it going, Andy? La, 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 la. Well, we've got about half an hour, so still lots of time. I'm actually liking the pace here. I feel like time's going well. Focus is slipping a little bit, not gonna lie. Well, I'm going to change this track in my ears. It is a stretched tape. Let's go. Hey man, this is not. Wasn't I just listening to this? I'm so confused. I'm so confused now. I know I said it last week, and I said that last week. I say it every week that I was going to get new music. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. I'm gonna have to get a stream team to delegate tasks to. Number 1, give me some music. Number 2, work the banner. Hey Nathan, can't wait for the next Clubhouse. Well, yeah, the music thing is interesting. We haven't monetized that channel or anything like this. It's really just for Hangouts. But I do want to get. I do normally get music that is royalty free, you know, safe for streaming, that kind of thing. And I normally scroll through all the comments just to make on these tracks just to make sure. But as it happens, sometimes things slip past. In terms of the next Clubhouse, and I haven't put the event out there yet. I'll do that tonight. Our theme is going to be something like a cinema style something, cinema characters. I saw one of our Discord users post a themed canvas like this in the past, where you're looking up at the cinema seats and everyone adds in their characters sitting in the cinema watching the movie with their funky 3D glasses or tossing popcorn into the air and that kind of thing. So we're gonna do that, a little bit more of a collaborative scene, right? Because I was also requested we do stuff that's a little bit more collaborative rather than just isolated characters. Oh, you did on Hello Paint? Cool. It's a fun one to do. I really like. I saw, I think on the Lightbox server, or at Lightbox, or at some, there was more like a classroom type of setting, which I thought we could do as well. Yeah, once like back to school, maybe we can start next year off with this one. All these little characters sitting at the school desks, ready to pay as little attention as possible. Yeah, maybe I can do this now. Another layer. Where is my layer? Come on, come here. Yeah, those were great. I remember those. I don't think I ever participated in one of those ones. So now to address my FOMO, or not the fear, the actual having missed out. Where's my own one? Well, I don't know if we draw what you would do, Nathan. I mean, I don't know what you do in the cinema, right? Hang upside down, doing lunges across the row. Pour the popcorn on the people in front of you. I don't know. I came for another little sleep. You wouldn't believe, but I actually fell asleep during a Star Wars movie at the cinema once. Yeah. It's a true fact. Yeah, the last time I went to the cinema was for The Creator. My wife and I went to go watch that. It's not bad. Not quite what I was expecting, but not bad. Still enjoyed it. I'm still a bit bitter that I didn't get to go see the Ninja Turtles. What is it? Mutant Power? Mutant Mayhem. Was that done in AI? Which one? The Ninja Turtles or the Creator? AI was a big and AI Androidish things were a big part of the story. Yeah, well, not a big part. It was all centered around that. Interesting story. Creator, yeah. I don't know what sort of lengths, if they did use any sort of generative AI in there. I don't know. I didn't look at anything about the movie except for the trailer when I watched it. I saw the trailer and then I just went, oh, well, that seems interesting. Let's go watch that. Oh, that was weird. Pens must be behaving here. Sorry, Nathan, I'll check your comments here. Yes, I saw the whole reverse Earth thing. I think we spoke about something similar in, during one of the previous clubhouses. Something like a multiverse type of theme. Last time I got into the cinema was for John Wick. I still haven't finished watching number 4, but I spoke about that last time too. It's just because didn't get to finish it on the plane. And I did not signed up for. What is it on? Was it on Amazon? Can't remember where it was streaming. Yeah, it was a fine way to pass the time in the aeroplane. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind watching Keanu Reeves just beating stuff up. Does it in a cool way, at least. I still need to see the most recent Matrix. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, Matrix was great. I was quite surprised that they brought out another movie so long after. I thought the story had kind of exhausted itself, but that was just my assumption. I suppose that's a good thing if a storyteller comes in with something that you weren't expecting. So bring it on. I'll go watch another Matrix movie. And obviously the art for this was great. Oh yeah, that we can go on a long rant about that. In fact, it feels like there's a lack of good original stuff coming out. Way too much trying to exploit all the successful things rather than take a risk. Well, I mean, no, there have been risks taken. Come on, let me not be like that. There have been amazing things going on. It's just that obviously you're not going to get them at the same frequency as like your commercial cinema stuff. Morbius in theater alone during COVID. It was really bizarre. Okay. Cool, Nathan. We'll see you in the clubhouse then. Oh, I still need to get a few more episodes into Scavenger's Reign. That was fantastically weird. The first episode. Definitely recommend. Definitely. But don't be in a mood for like a sort of mindless, at the end of the day, I just want to switch off your brain kind of viewing. I think it's a bit, you kind of like sit there looking like, wait, what? What is going on right now? It's great. And it has a very much the sort of Morbius look, the art style in there. It's very, very cool. Let's see. I feel like I'm not really going to get into this one. I think my focus is a bit shot now. Well, stick it out a little bit. Let's keep going. We've got 20, just under 20 minutes left. Cool. Let's stick it around. Focus. Didn't come here to do nothing. Came here to study. Came here to get learned. Mache. Oh. Nope, that's not what I want. Give me the other thing. Yeah. Let's see. I will get this further along. I've got 15 minutes. Come on. Give me more. More, I say. Right there. And then I need to bump up the contrast. Bump up the contrast. One here. Let's make this a bit longer. Here. And then we get darker down here. Make this bigger. Make the brush it bigger. Here as well. Why did it do that? Oh. I see. Even in this, I've almost got like too blue in this flesh. Yeah, let's get a little bit of brown in it. A little bit of warmth. Just a teeny bit, not too much. Not too much. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, Johnson. This should be longer. Let's extend this out a bit. Drag it there. Transform. Pull down. Run a different layer. Different layer. Balls, I say. Let's merge all areas. Let's merge everything. Merge down and merge down. Let's try that again. Transform. Put them down. Put them down. Okay. Deselect. Fill in the gaps through. Now obviously I've stretched things out. Lost a little bit of a weird line there. We can move him on. Sorry, this. Cool, just posted yours in Discord. Nice one, thank you. Yeah, I'll do the same once I'm done here. Put mine out there. Ah. New iPad better not give me the same issues as this one. I will go bonkers. Bonkers. Let's take this color and go darker, desaturate a little bit. Get a bit of a dark background behind him. Okay, 8 minutes. We need to bring this nose down a little bit. I think it's not coming down far enough. There we go. Such a slight change. Did the job. Nope, wrong color. Just farting about. All right, let's think. Well past my focus point. I'm gonna need a break so I can make any decent progress here. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to call it there. Let's take a little look and see if the canvas loading is going all right. Take a little look at everyone else's canvases. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. As Andy said, maybe we'll just check you out in Discord. Let's see. You're most welcome, Andy. I'm glad you could join us again. Yeah, load times here are horrendonculous. Cool. So thank you very much, everyone. This was great fun. I'm just going to cut it off just a couple of minutes early. Just a little reminder that on Wednesday, we've got our, I suppose you could say a cinema clubhouse theme. So you can think about some characters you want to bring to the cinema seats with you. That should be quite a fun one. And that is the only other stream for this week, as far as I know. So yeah, thanks again, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day and week ahead. I'll see you all again real soon. Ciao.